live,
Doing it
bitch.
live. Shooty gun fingers.
Shooty gun fingers.
That's right. That's my name.
Hell yeah.
SGF. Shooty gun fingers.
Podcast title off the rip.
No, I don't care what we talk about or how funny we get. The podcast title is Capes and Swords.
That's actually a pretty good one. I'm not even gonna lie. That's pretty
it has
accurate.
to be Capes and Swords.
It's crazy because I'm capturing the Discord right now.
Mhm.
Like that's where your video's coming from, and it's just not linked up with the audio.
What? Why?
It's like a half of a second or like a fourth of a second off. Like you say something and then the video's like there.
That's weird. I don't know why that is.
I don't know. I'll have to fix it in post, to be fair, for the video.
I'll have to post it and fix.
Back. Post it and fix. Yeah, capes and... What was it again? Capes and what?
Capes and Swords.
Capes and Swords. I mean, to be fair, did Spider-Man have a cape?
No. It did not. Or a sword.
Well, they technically had swords. The Craven Hunter people did. They had machetes. Like, that was like their weapon.
Did anybody have a cape?
I think they had like vests.
Yeah, vest does not count as a cape.
Yeah. Cape or sword. Not cape, or cape and or. We'll do that. Cape and or swords. As the title.
All right. I like that.
That'll work still.
I like
That'll
that
work.
Capes and or swords.
Yeah. It was a good ass time though, to say the least.
It was.
I think that was probably one of the best like just events we've had for video games in a while, since like anything that Jeff Keighley was in front of.
Being removed from it for a day for PlayStation, I think it was not lackluster, but it wasn't their best presentation. It wasn't a bad presentation, but I think, I don't know, like there was a lull in it. But when it hit hard, it hit hard. Like it was, it's like a B to me.
It's like a B.
Yeah, B. Like
oh, I thought you were talking about the insect. I thought you were gonna make a metaphor.
You do need some sleep. Well, I guess the way I said it, it's like a B to me.
Yeah, I was like, where's the metaphor coming here? What's up, Frankie in the chat? Spamming the boobs.
Like we do.
Like you do. Gotta do that.
Gotta spam boobs.
I don't know, man. I had a good ass. I literally messaged you right before we went live that I was making TikToks and shit from the event. I made a total of 40.
Yeah, and I text you back like, what? 40?
Yeah. 40 TikToks, all separate. There were a couple that were like, this could be one really long clip, or I could take like the funny bit that's at the beginning, make it its own thing, and then cut in after it. So that's a lot of the stuff. So that's where most of the numbers came from. But either way, pretty good. I was noticing that our VOD, I don't know if it was happening when we were live, but on the VOD at least, every once in a while it would get kind of like chunky looking, like pixel wise. Like it wasn't like it was blurry. It looked like it went from like 1080p down to like 480 for like a second or two, and then would go back up to 1080p. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck's happening here?
What's that about?
So I changed some settings that I had, and hopefully this stream in the VOD is a little bit better, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if that's the case, or if it's just gonna keep doing the thing. But either way, it's fine. It didn't ruin anything. Time
was had by all.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I'm excited for a lot of fucking games, and I've been playing some games that I'm excited to talk about. To say the least, as well.
I just say we get into it. Let's just
get right into it.
This is so we knock out the pleasantries, the preliminaries, and we get into the shit, which is the news section.
True. So this has got to be out tomorrow, sadly.
Yeah.
So hit that theme music, me.
Can't keep living like this.
Is it you this week or me?
I have no idea. I
Um,
don't remember. I sent you pod today or last night. Do you remember who
Shit.
started it?
Nope. All right, I'm gonna do it, man. Ready?
I mean, I'll just do it if we don't remember.
Just do it. Go for it.
Level up, gamers, and welcome to another episode of Save Before Quitting. I go by the name of Ant, and right here, as you can see, I'm joined by the lovely Chris.
I am Chris.
And
I'm tired.
me too. I was gonna say you're lovely.
I feel like tired is,
Sleeping Beauty.
it's more accurate than the lovely statement.
As always, save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty.
Hey, remember that time we had a Facebook?
We did have a Facebook.
We cared
still
about it
technically do.
No. No, that's the joke. Like, I feel like we cared about it for like 2 weeks, and then okay.
Yeah, I feel like Facebook's one of those things where like we should post on it, but also like I don't want to be on Facebook.
Mhm.
Like all that's there is parents and hateful people. That's it.
Yeah, it's your older relatives and people on soapboxes.
And sometimes those older relatives might be those hateful people.
They're one and the same.
Yeah. It's a very short Venn diagram to get done with.
Super easy Venn diagram to understand too.
Yeah.
Again, save before quitting, all the way spelled out, at gmail.com if you'd like to email us with all those lovely emails or hate mail or insults and compliments and gifts and emojis and whatever you want to send us to our email. Send that.
Do it.
Save before quitting, all is spelled out.com. Find out the latest on us and get some merch if you want some merch. We got some dope merch that neither one of us is wearing, but I promise it's cool merch.
I think mine's like buried in laundry. You ever like do laundry and like
I have done laundry,
but like when you do it, you have like how you wear like maybe a total of 10 shirts, right? In your rotation,
Yeah.
And you have a shit ton of shirts, but like those 10 just keep getting washed and they're just nice and fucking ready for you when they come out. They're nice and like if you put them in the dryer, they're nice and warm and shit. So then you just immediately like, well, I'm gonna wear that because it's clean immediately, and you don't wear the ones that like have been collecting dust and that shit. Like I feel like all my Save Before Quitting merch has just been like piled on top of, and I'm like, I need to save it
before quitting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
That's us.
That's us.
Good night, everybody. As always, join the Discord. We have fun in the Discord.
Discord in the chat.
Yeah, so join it. We have a good time in there. You can be ahead of the game. You probably already know what we're talking about if you're in the Discord.
True.
We have a Patreon. Join the Patreon and get 2 extra episodes a month. We still have 1 more to record for this month.
That is true.
One today where we tried to predict what would be in the PlayStation showcase a day before it happened. So go see how right and or wrong we were.
I would say we were more right than we were wrong. If I had to,
we nailed the big one.
Yeah,
like almost 100%.
I don't know. Did I say Craven in the Patreon pod? I don't think I did.
I don't remember you saying him in the
yeah, but I feel like I alluded to like a lot of the stuff that was going to happen. And I'm also curious to see if my one prediction about the gameplay style is true. We're still, I mean, like obviously we had the switch to Miles thing, but I'm curious to see if it's more accurate to what I was saying on the Patreon pod, which you can go listen to now if you subscribe for $5 or more if you like us like that. Right. But yeah, it's time. I think it's time for the thing.
It is time, Chris. So. Chris, the question we always ask: what did you play this week?
I played a lot of shit this week. A lot of the usual suspects as well. Let's get those out of the way because fucking don't want to talk about them for a while. Overwatch 2. I feel like I'm playing it with. I used to play it with like 5 people. Now I play it with 2, which is understandable.
People not jigging what they're putting down over there.
People have uninstalled, to say the least. So we've lost a couple of players, but you know, it's the same shit, different week. Lose a bunch of games, but still have a good time with friends, and that's all that I really play it for.
Just so I understand, I'm just trying to understand the mind state. So they uninstalled it because they came out and said they're not getting the PvE mode.
Pretty much. It's
Is it like a stance? Like I'm taking a stance and not supporting this anymore because you didn't hold a promise?
A little bit of that, and then also a little bit of like the only reason I was sticking around was for that. In theory, like, and not a lot of people are too hot on the multiplayer right anymore, just because the ranking system's broken as fuck. And it feels like you're kind of hard stuck wherever you land at the beginning of the season, so it's not super fun.
Okay, if it's a not having fun thing, fine.
Yeah.
If it's like a making a statement thing, I'm confused because it's like, well, yeah, that sucks. You're not getting PvE, but it's like, weren't you already having fun with this thing anyway?
Technically, no, for the people that I know that uninstalled it.
Okay.
Yeah, they were kind of just around to play with friends, it seems like, and that's fine, and I don't blame them for uninstalling. I'm just in the boat where I know that I'm gonna continue to play this game for a while, and even if the PvE stuff isn't as advertised, we're at least still getting stuff in the future. Do I like the situation? No, but it's an abusive relationship, and I'm still signed on for the lease, I guess.
Understood. Understood.
Other than that, though, obviously Fortnite, they just put out both Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2099 from Into the Spider-Verse, which comes out next fucking week.
Look how fast we got here.
Dude, I'm so excited. It's funny because I can't remember if I bought tickets to go see it with friends. Because I know we like go to see movies every once in a while, and like I can't remember if I have a ticket bought for me or not on opening night. But I bought myself an opening night ticket. So I'm going to go see that on Thursday night if I don't have plans that I don't remember and didn't put in my calendar. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Wouldn't you know through whatever app you use if you have the tickets?
Well, with the where we go, it's a movie theater down in, I forget, it's like near Souderton. But it's like one of those, like, not family owned, but it's like a mom and pop movie theater almost.
Okay.
And like whoever's like buying all of the tickets at once, someone buys every single one, and then we go. And like I don't have it on my phone most times.
I got it.
So there's that. But I don't know. We'll see what happens if that's actually the case or not. Other than that, because Fortnite's like, it's fine, it's whatever. I haven't used the web shooters yet because everyone's sweating so hard in the goddamn game.
Oh, I'm sure.
I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty as well. That one,
all in that duty.
I'm getting really frustrated with it, the online multiplayer, mainly because of the way you unlock guns now. It's not the same as previous Call of Duties where you just, level up and then you unlock guns as you go. Now you have, so I wanted to use a submachine gun it's like a Lockman 5.52, right? Let's just call it that, whatever numbers. And it wasn't like a unlock this gun at a certain level. It was, you need to level up the Lockman 7.72 to level 13 before you get this gun unlocked. And I'm like, okay, let's find that. I find that. That's an assault rifle, which is also locked. If you want to get this assault rifle, you need to level up the Lockman 113. That's a marksman rifle. So I had to go from the marksman rifle, level that up to 13, level up the assault rifle to 13, and then get to the fucking submachine gun, only to find out that I don't like the submachine gun. So it's really fucking annoying
because you're putting up and you're just like, shit.
Exactly. Like, I'm trying to find what gun is for me in this game, because like that's always what I do in a Call of Duty where it's like online multiplayer. I'm like, I find my one gun that I know that I'm gonna perform with, and I make like the class. Like, this is the, no matter what, I can always default back to this, and I know that I will know what's going on, and it feels right.
Right.
In this game, it feels like they don't want you to do that, and they want you to just play every single fucking gun, no matter how much you hate it. So it's
That's
not
no
fun.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
But I just been playing casual, quick play stuff. I'm tempted to play Warzone 2 because I've never technically played it, but the people that I would play with Call of Duty, one person has a lot of plans most of the time, and it's hard to track down if we're gonna play games or something. And then the other one normally has like a big game that they're playing, so I'm not trying to interrupt them when they're in the middle of like, I think they were playing Resident Evil 4 most recently. So I'm like, I'm not trying to like be like, hey, you're having fun in this game. Do you want to not have fun in Call of Duty?
Would they not have fun?
Well, it's not like not have fun, but like, like there's a 50% chance you're not going to have fun, because you could either do really well or you could get shit on. So, as opposed to playing something like RE4, it's like, you're not going to get shit on per se. You're just playing a game,
Right.
I don't know.
It makes sense. I get what you're saying. You're saying.
But that's been my reasoning. Other than that, I believe there's only been one more that I played, and I've only played about like 20 minutes of it, and I might restart it for Figure Friday. But it's a Planet of Lana.
Oh yeah, how is that?
So the first 20 minutes are very good. It's very reminiscent of obviously like games like Limbo and Inside, where it's like, the side-scrolling platformer, and you're, trying to just progress the story and do like little puzzles and shit. The way this game starts, it grabs you right away. And I like it because it's a lot different from Limbo. Limbo is very simple, where it's just like, this is happening, cool, now make your way into the creepy stuff. This one, it starts off like peaceful, and then that's when shit goes down, and like you're experiencing, like if you've seen any of the trailers, you experience when shit goes down
right.
live, and then you wake up, and then you have to like figure out what the fuck happened, pretty much, and that's where I left off. So I don't know like anything past that point yet. So
I got you.
It's been pretty fun though, to say the least. I've beaten the first two like puzzles, I guess you could say, where it's like you make your way past the prologue and the title screen, and then it's like, hey, how you gonna get past this thing now? And you have to like outsmart like a little thing, and I did it, to say the least, and it felt good. But I'm sure it will only get more and more challenging as I play on. But I will probably do that tomorrow on Figure Friday. I'll restart the game, and just because like I didn't make enough progress to be like, I'm starting from here. Like, I'd rather get the whole experience for people in the chat who aren't gonna get it, even though it is free on Game Pass. It's one of those things where if they see the beginning of the game, maybe that'll entice them to download it. Yeah. In theory, this might be my game that I do for Save B45, to say the least.
That's a good choice.
So that's a thing that you could maybe see coming soon.
Yo.
I think that's about it for me. I'm still looking for like a big story game to like, hold my time, but I don't really have anything because I uninstalled Final Fantasy so that I could play something. Forget what it was, and I don't want to say that like I'm not gonna reinstall it, but I wasn't
really in the mood to reinstall it.
It's one of those things where like I get it, like I get why people like the game just from playing like the maybe 6 to 7 hours that I played. The story though, like I hate to say it, and it's such a dumb take, and I know this, but it's so fucking cliche anime.
Yeah.
And like the moments that happen where like the camera zooms in on a character and they go like this, like it takes me out of it so much now.
For people who don't know, it's Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, remake.
Yeah.
Obviously. They're not doing this in pixel art.
Well, no, I mean, there's other 3D Final Fantasies, but you just said Final Fantasy and there's like 80 billion of them.
that is true. Yeah, that's a very good point. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm done with it forever, but I'm definitely not like dying to get back to it by any means.
Right. But I think that also comes with the times, man. Like so many games come out now that I totally respect that take. There's games I stopped playing because it's just like I've obviously fallen off of it a little bit, and I might come back later, but or something else came out. It's like, okay, I don't feel bad about leaving this. It's just like I get where it's going. I get what they're doing. I've experienced it enough to where I feel like, okay, I've had the experience. And I don't think that's a bad thing in a climate where there's a new game every other day. Like obviously you get your big games every couple of months, but in between there's shit like, what was the game called? Lana, what's it called?
Planet of Lana.
There's shit like Planet of Lana. There's shit like there's always little shit coming out on top of all the big shit every month that it's almost like I almost don't have time to beat this. I have to go see what this other thing is about.
True. Yeah.
Or I'm more interested in whatever this is gonna give me.
I feel that entirely. There's another game that I want to play and I just won't get it for a while. I forgot it's like the new Warhammer one that looks like Doom.
Yeah.
I have it in Fantasy League too, and I don't even fucking remember the name of it. Let me scroll for a second because it was fucking me up the other. Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun. That game looks slick. I'm glad I got it in the Fantasy League. It's been giving me good points, but I also don't feel like just dropping $20 on it.
I understand.
Personally. So, yeah.
I say that to my Steam wish list every week. Because for a while, I was putting up mad games in the weekly pickup section of our Discord.
That was true.
On Steam. Yeah. Yo, ask me how many of those games I've actually touched.
None, probably.
No, that's maybe, let's just say I don't know how many games, how many I built up in there, like in those couple of months, 12, 13, maybe 2. And I just haven't touched any of the rest of them. Just fresh games on there not being played.
You just switched your weekly pickups from games to shoes.
Yeah, I did do that. Yeah.
They became less frequent, to say the least.
You won't see shoes for a second. That was destroying me.
I was tempted to get the new Spider-Verse ones after you got yours. I was like, fuck, like I like them. I
had to, man. I had to. Typically, I probably wouldn't have, because I would have wanted to, but I was like, if I don't get these now, they're gonna skyrocket in price, and then I'm gonna look back like, fuck, I should have got those.
I'm pretty much in that boat right now, but I'm in the same mindset where I'm like, it's shoes. Like, at least for me, when it comes to collectibles and shit, I don't look at shoes that way, because they're being used every single day. You know, like even if you don't wear the Miles ones every single day, and you just wear them on special occasions, like they're still going to degrade over time. You know, and like for me, it's like, if it's gonna degrade over time, then I'm gonna want to buy another pair. So I'm not only going to be 100x amount in the fucking red, I'm also gonna be a couple hundred on top of that once I need to buy a new pair, because this pair got fucked up and I like them so much, you know. So I don't know.
But see, I get that. That's why I didn't have the first ones.
Yeah, I wish I had those first ones. That's why I got the custom pair.
Yeah, I know those first ones, man. You gotta have like $700 to get the first ones now.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. It's not worth it. In my mind, I'm like, I'll just get the fucking figures from the movie. Like, I got a fucking Miles figure that has those Jordans on. Yeah. Why do I need the real ones? That's cooler.
They're immortalized.
Yeah, Miles is the one who's wearing it, not me. I'm not Miles. I'm not cool in these.
Not with that attitude.
Exactly. I can't have the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. I can't.
Oh, yeah. Man, the amount of exaggerated black teen swagger that's happening next week is going to be...
That's my favorite meme that came from the first game.
Exaggerated swagger. Like, it's like, what?
He's going to do everything that Peter does, but with the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
Listen. If I could be a teen again. I had so much exaggerated swagger back then.
Exaggerated swagger and extra large white t-shirts.
Yeah, no one had exaggerated swag. It was more ridiculous swagger.
ridiculousness.
Like war.
So what did you play this
Memories are
week?
coming back. Flashbacks.
I know what you've been playing. Here's the thing. I know what you've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else besides that before we get into the meat and potatoes? You got any broccoli or corn on the side?
Just meat and potatoes, dog.
That's fine. How'd that meat and potatoes treating you though?
Pretty good. I just little to no story progress still. Like I haven't played it a lot this week, honestly, if I'm being honest. It's been a pretty busy week on the home front. But when I did play, just walking around. I got a horse now. So it's cool.
Hell yeah.
It's just the little things that mean so much in that game. Then you just happen to see a shrine, like, oh, go in this shrine. Solve it. Get out. Like, oh shit, if I sneak up on these fireflies, oh, I can get this and make this thing. And like, oh, if I attach this weapon to this weapon, oh shit. Now let me use it to go fight people. 4 hours gone. Like, well, going to sleep. Did nothing.
Yeah.
Did zero of any like major progression.
Meanwhile, Hyrule is falling apart at the seams. You're just like, hey, what can I glue to this?
Right. Or I do that thing where I can ascend through stuff. Like, hey, I'm just going to jump through here and see what's up here. Oh, arrows. Okay. I did do this on one part. And there were these two robots that I got my ass whooped by. Like I got up there and then the boss music. So I'm like, wait, what? And then they just start fucking me up. I'm like, all right, can't do that right now.
Jesus.
But
That's fun, man. I think
I had a good time doing nothing in that sandbox game.
I think I've decided that I'm not getting the game because it's too much.
You can. One thing I have known about that game is usually you try to like. I know I do. Like if I'm playing a game, my way through, I avoid all spoilers and videos because I don't want to see shit I haven't seen. This game, I don't care about that. Like I'll get on TikTok or I'll get on Instagram. I'll see people putting up these crazy videos about where they are and what they can do, and it's just entertaining. It's like, all right, that'll be dope when I get there, I guess. But it's still fun to see. I don't feel bad about seeing it.
I feel that. There's definitely been a couple things where I've just been like, this is really cool. That's really cool. Shit, I want to play this. Fuck. I wouldn't like it though. I know I wouldn't like it. And then I just like talk myself down from wanting to get it. Like I think it was yesterday. I was on like my, 5-minute shit break. And I'm on TikTok because that's what you got to do. And like 18 videos in a row on my For You page were just fucking Tears of the Kingdom. And I had no choice about it. I went to my following page too, still Tears of the Kingdom shit. I'm like, God fucking damn it. I can't get away. Yeah. But I am. I'm gonna stay away wallet wise.
You'll get away because then next month, I mean, it'll still be there, but it'll die down a lot because it'll be more showcases. What else comes out next? Final Fantasy 16 comes out. Street Fighter 6 comes out.
Yeah.
Like, it should be mad other shit happening. Just wait till Spider-Man comes out and how many videos of that there will be.
Well, the thing that's going to be beautiful about that is that I won't see any of those videos because I won't touch social media until I finish that game because I go off the grid when that game comes out.
Understood.
Like, I'm not a part of the grid anymore. You fucking jack me out of the Matrix. I'm just straight up in this game, and until I'm done, that's it. That's my life as of that point. So
jack me out and jack me off, right? That's what I heard.
I guess so. Speaking of that, is it time to get to the news?
It's time for the news.
It's time for the news. Here's the bumper. All right. That's not the right thing that I wanted. This is what I wanted. Cool. We're going to take that right there, and we're going to go to Save Before Quitting Newses. And we're going to go like that. And now they can hear you.
Hey.
Boom. I forgot to do that prior to stream.
It's the news.
It is the news. This segment is brought to you by our Patreon, patreon.com/say4quitting, where you can get 2 extra podcasts a month where we talk about anything we want, including what we talked about literally on the episode that came out today. That is motherfucking the PlayStation Showcase.
I say we speed run the news and then get to the meat and potatoes.
We got to speed run the news. But the PlayStation Showcase is going to be the meat and potatoes, to say the least.
Damn, this episode should be called Meat and Potatoes now because we keep saying that.
True. And by we, you mean me.
I said it twice now.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm dumb. All right, what is the last thing? We already saw the Mortal Kombat. Did we talk about the Mortal Kombat DLC? Or is that the first thing?
It'd be easier to track if we would have put the last pod out on time.
That would have been, yeah, we both forgot about that though.
What's last Thursday's date?
That's a great question.
Today's the 25th. 7 days
19th.
ago was the 18th.
Okay, so yeah, just that. Cool, awesome. So, Amazon has seemingly leaked the first batch of Mortal Kombat 1 DLC characters. So Amazon Italy is actually the one that spoiled it by putting a product listing up, the DLC fighters being Quan Chi, Omni-Man, Ermac, Takeda, I don't know, Peacemaker, and Homelander. So this was prior to the game's official announcement. It was claimed that Peacemaker would be added as DLC, and potentially Homelander too. So I'm excited for, out of all of them, most likely I would have to say Omni-Man.
Omni-Man is the draw for me.
Yeah. That one's going to be great. Every single fucking move is going to be visceral as shit, and his finisher, dude, his what do they call it again? I don't play these games.
Fatalities.
That thing. His fatality gonna be crazy.
It has to be. They gotta redo the scene where he's beating Infinite up against like that mountain.
Beating who up? Infinite?
I mean, Invincible. Who the fuck is Infinite? He's beating his son up against that mountain.
Yes.
That
hell yeah.
As soon as they said he was in it, I was like, well, that has to be the fatality.
So here's
Obviously,
my question.
They'd actually die there in the game.
Oh yeah, true. Do we get the actual voice actors for these characters when it comes to the ones that are like, because Peacemaker is John fucking Cena, obviously. Homelander, I don't know his name, but he's a real person. And then Omni-Man is what's his name? J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Do you think
they need to get them? They could. They got the Mortal Kombat has the clout enough to grab those voice actors.
I would love to see John Cena inside of Mortal Kombat though, like legitimately. They got to do like some meme about like his wrestling character as well too, like do that as a taunt or something.
That has to be a taunt.
Oh, he's so good. Frankie in the chat said Homelander's finisher has to be the hero-gasm.
That
That would actually not be a bad one though. Like if it was kind of like Injustice Superman's finisher where like you grab the person and fly them and then throw them down from space and they land in the house where hero-gasm is happening. That could work.
That would be nuts, literally.
Yeah, we would see him too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. I will probably end up getting that. Just as an aside, I'll just say it now. Mortal Kombat 11 is actually on sale on Steam right now. If you haven't seen it,
It's a ridiculous sale.
it's a ridiculous sale, about 90% off, $4.99 for just Mortal Kombat, $9.99 if you want to get the Ultimate Edition, I believe. But then there's also a bundle that you can get with Injustice 2 and that Legacy Edition, and that was like $14 to $16. I put a screenshot in the Discord.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Go get it. It's fucking dope. If you don't want to play Injustice, you're dumb. Cool. Moving on.
Moving the F1. Well, I guess this is past, so I guess that's not news anymore.
No, it was more just the funniness of it that it was the week of the denial of the PvE for Overwatch.
Yeah.
And then they were like, as a makeup, here you go.
They gave out triple XP all weekend of May 19th through 22nd, right after denying PvE to all. So do with that information what you will on the 26th when this is out.
Needless to say, it wasn't worth it. and it was kind of a slap to the face.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, a slap to the face.
Hell yeah. Do you want to cover the next one, or do you want me to do this?
AEW Fight Forever. They finally put out a release date, and it is June 29th.
It's coming soon.
Next month.
They've been playing it on their live stream channel. They have a YouTube channel that's like play AEW games or whatever, where different wrestlers play games, kind of like up, down, down, but like better in a way where not better is in the sense of content, better in the sense of like the communication between the company and like the channel being run. But dude, this game is gonna be arcade fun bullshit. There's so many weapons in it, and then the day after they put up the trailer, they put up 2 screenshots of how much blood shows up in the ring.
Yeah, I saw that. That's nuts.
Dude. It's good. And then here I was messaging Brett, my wrestling friend, from Haptic Intel, shout out to them. I don't think the blood looks amazing. I think it looks like a lot of PNGs of blood splatters that are just like dropping in opacity slowly. You know, and like they're like layering on top of each other in weird ways and shit. That being said, it is better than what is done in the WWE 2K games, because blood in that is literally just you do a move and then there's just blood on their face. It doesn't like come out or anything. It's just like blood's on face. That's it. You made them bleed. Good job. You did it.
Here comes the blood.
Yeah. So not a huge fan of that, but at the same time, it's going to be arcade goodness, to say the least. Yeah.
Word.
This next thing is very goofy. Ant posted this, the world's most valuable media franchises list.
I was just shocked by it.
Yeah. Starting at 5 and working our way to 1. Star Wars number 5 at 68 billion. Above that, Mickey Mouse and Friends at 80 billion, which those ones make some sense. Yeah. This one though, at number 3, Winnie the Pooh, 80 billion, which in theory is the same as Mickey Mouse and Friends, but is above.
But I mean, it is, but it's not because Mickey Mouse and Friends together make 80 billion. But if Winnie the Pooh alone within the Friends has 80 billion himself, that is crazy.
That's a very good point. Above Winnie the Pooh though, Hello Kitty at 84 billion, which makes sense because big ass character in Japan. And speaking of Japan, Pokemon at 105 billion, which makes so much sense. Yeah. So, yeah.
I feel like Winnie is the outlier. Winnie's like, wait, what?
Yeah, that one's kind of out of nowhere, but it's a time. Next
it rain, bitches. Oh bother.
Oh bother.
Making it rain on these hoes. I didn't get to watch this. What is this PlayStation Destiny thing?
So pretty much PlayStation and Destiny 2 are doing a little collab where they're releasing skins for each of the
You sent me this.
Yeah. For the Titan, you get a God of War skin, which is Kratos. Obviously, it looks very simple. For Hunter, we get a skin from Horizon Zero Dawn that looks like Aloy. And then the Warlocks, which I'm really jealous, and I think that they should have flip-flopped. The Mage should have been Horizon, but whatever. But the Warlocks get fucking Ghost of Tsushima, and it looks sick.
That one is fire.
And then in the video, the guy didn't talk about it, but there's also a Ghost skin, the little ghost that is, he has spores on him from The Last of Us. And when you pull up your Ghost normally to like go to the map or some shit, it, makes a little noise like some techno bullshit. It does the clicker noise when you do that with this skin. So
that's dope too.
Very, very fucking cool. Made me want to get back into Destiny. And then I said no. And then they showed a trailer at the PlayStation Showcase, and I'm like, shit, I gotta get back into Destiny.
Your boy is here.
But it's fine. I won't be doing that.
Okay.
The next news, though, we already talked about the Spidey stuff in Fortnite, but after that is not the best news.
Not great news. The Last of Us actress Ashley Johnson filed a domestic violence restraining order against ex-boyfriend who she believes had the ability to murder.
Yeah.
Sorry to pull all the fun out of the episode for a second. Sorry about that, but
yeah, this kind of came out of nowhere on the day that it came out. about 2 days ago or so, and the details have been leaked of it, which I'm not going to go over because they were leaked. They weren't released with consent of the situation. If you do seek them out yourself, I cannot say you should or shouldn't. Privacy is privacy. Do what you will. It's out there if you want to find it. I will say Jesus Christ for the stuff, because I did end up seeing it because it was all over Twitter.
Right.
A lot of the people that are fans of Critical Role are like enraged because the dude worked on Critical Role for a while during the whole entire campaign 2 that they did after, you know, the success of their first one.
Right.
He was like the host of their like show where they talked about what happened on the episodes for the past couple weeks and shit. He was in a bunch of different content where he did these like one-on-ones with all the different cast members of Critical Role.
Yeah.
One of which was Marisha Ray, which, if you remember, she also had a domestic violence thing go on back in the day with her ex of Chris Hardwick before she got out of that. And kind of, you know, not necessarily ironic, but just like you're sitting across from a person talking about their domestic violence and you yourself
Right.
are
guilty.
committing those acts. You piece of shit.
Good.
Even worse, the dude started streaming on Twitch recently, within probably about the last 4 to 5 months, in which he was playing The Last of Us and going over like memories and shit of like him and her doing stuff. And TikTok's all galore about it.
Yeah.
And his TikTok's still up. People are not happy and posting in the comments.
I'm sure they're not. They're probably lighting them up.
Rightfully so. But yeah, like I said, the deals are not technically out on purpose. So if you seek them out, that's on you. But they're out there.
Jeez.
In lighter news, Nicolas Cage recorded every grunt and scream in Dead by Daylight.
That's hilarious.
Nicolas Cage is quoted saying that there's never been a voice sound alike for Nicolas Cage, and they're not starting now. So he recorded every single grunt, scream, and exertion that you would hear from his character in Dead by Daylight.
Nicolas Cage is he is a cartoon in real life. He is a living character.
I'm curious to see what it's like in that game, like, because it's making it seem like he's one of the survivors, but also the map that they were showing along the reveal was like a movie set. So it's like, in my mind, if you get that map, then you would want to play as Nicolas Cage, you know, like, that makes sense, but it's all good. I'm not gonna harp on it. I've never even played Dead by Daylight, so
Same, either.
It's whatever. Yeah.
Next up, Mortal Kombat 1 gameplay will premiere at the Summer Games Fest on June 8th, and you can stream that with us because we'll be live streaming Summer Games Fest like we always do.
Oh, yeah.
Get to look forward to more Mortal Kombat 1 footage.
Hell yeah. Funny story about that. Apparently on 104.5, the alternative radio station in our area, at 4:00 every day, there's a dude who goes over like pop culture news and shit, and he went over the PlayStation event. And I forget what game he was talking about specifically, but he was like, yeah, they're gonna show it more at the Game Awards this coming in a couple months. And I'm like, fucking Game Awards? What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, at the Game Awards they're gonna show a bunch of games. And I'm like, do you mean Summer Games Fest, you idiot?
I mean, same guy, but not the same show.
Exactly. I'm over here like, bruh, put us on the fucking radio. We know what we're talking about.
We
you
do.
know?
Pay us. We'll do it.
It's fine. That guy's probably fine. Just made a slip up. But in more Mortal Kombat news, the spec requirements have been released for PC. Obviously, it's got to be Windows 10 and whatnot, but the biggest standing point is the storage that it's going to take up. I have 100 fucking gigabytes. Even with, and Anna said it in the chat that they're doing a more involved story mode. Even with the story mode, even if it's like insanely involved or whatever, like it's very big and like there's so many choices and shit. there's no excuse for a game to be that fucking big if it's a fighting game. Like, those are so streamlined and simple and easy, you know?
I think it depends on the game. I mean, obviously, it's relative to the game, but it's like with whatever this is gonna be, I think maybe they just went all out for it.
We'll have to see. I'm curious to see if it's gonna be like actually different, or if it's just gonna be, you know, like most Mortal Kombat stories game modes are, because like they are very simple, straightforward. Cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. Here's your fight. Cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. Here's your fight. If it's the same thing as that, but it's just a really good story, I'm gonna be so confused why they have 100 gigabytes as storage.
How big was 11? Hold on.
I have no idea, but I don't think it was close to that. Especially not when they're selling it for $4.99.
Hold on.
Holding on.
Mortal Kombat 11, it was 60 gigabytes.
Yeah, like that's much more manageable. You know what I mean? Like 100 is like
this is
you're
built
pushing it.
for the next gen.
It's built for speed.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting when it comes out. I will most likely be getting that game just because it looks fun. I haven't picked up a Mortal Kombat myself in a while. I think the last one that I played like fully was one that I got for free on like PlayStation Network. So like I've never paid for a Mortal Kombat in my life. This will be the first.
I had
ironically
Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I don't think I bought another Mortal Kombat until 9. When it became like the first ones that came to PS. No,
3.
it was on 3,
Yeah.
PS3 and 360.
Yeah, those were good. I just never fighting games were just never my thing because I'm not great at them. We still got to make that video with Kev as well, where he trains me, because that'd be fucking hilarious.
It would be.
Go to like a gym and like go on like a squat rack and use like a controller doing combos while squatting on like a. That'd be dope. Next up in the news though, is this you or me?
It's me. Matt Berry is in talks to join Jason Momoa in the Minecraft movie. I read that and was just like, those are a bunch of weird words put together.
Yeah.
What the hell is this Minecraft movie?
So it's going to be live action.
Oh, well, that's the first strike on it.
Yeah. After The Last of Us and Super Mario Bros. Movie, video game adaptations are trending. So one of the next ones is the live action Minecraft movie. And Matt Berry of fame from, what's it called? What We Do in the Shadows. If you don't know him, you would know him from his famous line of Bat. And then Jason Momoa, you know, very famous for his current role in the new Fast franchise.
Yeah.
Which is apparently did you see the chick from the Fast franchise who's like Vin Diesel's wife, right?
Yeah.
Whatever her name is. She was in the D&D movie as well. There was like on the red carpet for Fast X or some shit. And someone asked her a question about like,
yes, I saw this,
being in a Marvel movie. And she's like, oh my God, how many of those are they gonna make? Like, come on. You're standing on the red carpet for the Fast X premiere.
Yeah.
How dense are you?
Hey, y'all have made 10 of those and
still going.
And this 10th movie is supposed to be a threequel.
I don't get it. It's whatever.
She can't be saying that. She can't be the person to say that.
Yeah.
Coming out of that movie.
Not a single person in that franchise is allowed. Especially also the fact that she's saying that when one of her co-stars, in fact, her love interest, is in the Marvel movies.
Yeah, he is Groot. Did you see there was also somebody interviewed Ludacris and they were like, what do you say to the people who say like, why do you keep making all these Fast and Furious movies?
No, I didn't see that.
And he was straight up, he was just like, he said, we're making billions of dollars.
I mean, yeah.
He was like, what do you mean? I mean,
That's the funniest thing to me, man. It's like everyone complains about these movies, and like there's two types of people. There's people that complain about it and then don't go to the theaters to see them and wait till it's on like, fucking ABC Family or some shit because that's where it's gotta be. And then you have the people that are like, man, why are you making all these Fast and Furious movies? These are dumb. And then they go put their fucking asses in seats and they eat their little popcorn with their greasy little fucking fingers and they have a great time watching these movies.
Yeah.
And they're the problem. They're the problem. Not me. I'm not the problem. They are.
Let them know.
Fucking bullshit.
Speaking of Ludacris, I saw him in concert last weekend.
Oh yeah, I saw your Snapchat, Instagram story of that.
Yeah, him and Janet Jackson. That was good.
Hell yeah. I believe besides the last bit of news that there's a free skin in Overwatch this week of a planter version of Symmetra, which is not that good of a skin. We are now officially at the PlayStation Showcase 2023. Which one are we using again? The Polygon one?
Yeah.
So thank you to our friends at Polygon, because we know them personally. For this list. We're gonna go this top to bottom. We're gonna give probably quick thoughts because we are going not super long. We're almost at an hour, but we're gonna get this done and get out.
Pretty good. I figured this was gonna be a long.
I did too, so I'm glad that we're gonna have to gush a little less than we need to. We're gonna start it off though with the first game that was shown off, which was Fair Games. In the chat, if you were there with this live, I was very much saying this is giving me Payday vibes in the sense that it's the same exact concept. And then also there was literally characters wearing masks, and that's like a big deal in Payday. So it wasn't Payday. It's a new franchise.
Payday. We thought it was.
Yeah. Didn't show gameplay at all, but it's
true. It's
fine.
I thought it was Watch Dogs. It's like Payday meets Watch Dogs.
Yeah. Meets like Saints Row, the new one, with how many colors that were in it and shit.
Yeah. It looks like a Ubisoft game. It has that kind of like tone.
For sure. It's not terrible looking at all. No. It's from Haven Studios, but I will wait to see gameplay, to say the least. Next up,
Helldivers 2. This was rumored
very
to
good
be
trailer.
Huh?
Very good trailer.
Very good trailer. I didn't mind. It was very America, hell yeah. But
I have a lot of TikToks coming for that.
It doesn't look bad, honestly, because the original Helldivers was like above screen. You could look down on it. You're playing it. Top down game. They've gone to third person action for this one. If anything, it looks like just a fun dumb time. Play with people. But I'm not mad at that. I think games nowadays are so, especially PlayStation exclusives, are so narrative, serious, story driven that once in a while I like seeing just some like, let's just play some dumb shit with guns, fuck around.
Yeah.
So
it looks fun to say the least. I don't think there's any sort of PvP thing situation going on. It looks like it's a lot of PvE, just take out the big monsters that are threatening democracy. And I like that. I think it's simple, easy, effective, and I'm looking forward to wearing a cape.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Next up, Immortals of Avium. This was a Electronic Arts EA Studios game from Ascendant Studios as well. Coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Windows PC on July 20th. The trailer showed us some of the gameplay. It's a first-person shooter that's based around magic, more so. The main dude is apparently an actor from something. I think CLD was saying that he watches a show that's on Netflix that he's in.
Yeah, he did. I don't remember what it was.
It looks fine. It looks like a lot's going on. It's a bit much for me. Like, if I had to be honest, like it kind of looks like first person Forspoken.
It does.
Like, and not in like a bad way. Like it looks like it's a serviceable fine game.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing amazing, to say the least. But
it looks like it does a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
But unless I just hear some outstanding reviews, it didn't make me want to I can't wait to play this game.
Yeah. I'm not going out of my way to play this in the least bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. What we got next?
Ghost Runner
Actually, don't remember
2.
this.
Ghost Runner 2, for people who are unaware, Ghost Runner, well, I wouldn't call it an indie game, but because it's by 505, but it was a small game. It came out Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Very quick. You had like a sword, very fast wall running, quick killing. It was Doom meets what's
Dishonored.
that game? Nah, well, maybe that too. But what's that game? EA made it, parkour type game. You were that chick running across rooftops and shit. You know what I'm talking
about? Sounds familiar, but I don't have a name at all.
Parkour game. Mirror's Edge.
There it is. Yeah.
It looks like Mirror's Edge and Doom put together.
Okay.
But it's really dope though. I never got to I played like the demo, and I was like, I'm gonna get the full version of this because I really enjoyed it. Never did, obviously, because I'm me. And but this looks fire. It looks like that times 10.
Hell yeah.
So if it comes out at a reasonable price, or they put another demo out, maybe I'll play that.
For sure. This next game, I think, was the surprise holy shit moment. At first, we thought it was the Ghost of Tsushima sequel, but obviously it is not. It's Phantom Blade Zero from S Game. It is a very, very fast-paced looking game with sword-based combat, and a lot of the moves that are happening in the trailer I cannot audibly describe enough. Go fucking watch it. It was sick.
Just the fighting styles and everything. It was craziness. Oh, yeah. Like the fight choreography alone is amazing.
Hell yeah. And then the bosses that they showed, a few of them. There was one that like really stood out for me. It was like one of those like, you know, like the Chinese New Year dragons where it's like multiple people like holding the giant puppet. Yeah. It was that, but metal. I was like, this is fucking sick, and it looks amazing, and I love it. And the dude with the lion arm.
Yeah. And the dude who was standing on the back of two horses.
Yeah.
In the carriage.
Hell yeah. It was fucking great. It was a great trailer. It sold me on the game immediately. It does seem very Ghost of Tsushima in the sense that it's like, you know, thematically in the same vein.
Yeah.
So that already makes me want to play it. But the gameplay that they showed, and not so much the story, but like the kind of campiness of it, because that one first villain that shows up with the multiple faces and shit. Yeah. I was like, this is Power Rangers, like monster of the week type shit.
Right.
But I liked it. It was campy enough where I was like, I'm in. So I'm getting that probably day one, personally.
That shit's fire. I can't wait to see more of it because they didn't really give a release date. So I'm excited to see more of it. Maybe we'll see more of it Summer Games Fest or something.
I would hope so. Maybe even like a small demo where it's like kind of like how like a Sifu level or something like that.
Right.
You know, that'd be cool.
I can see that.
This next game is also a day one purchase for me.
Oh, I know. Sword of the Sea. From the developer that brought you Abzu and the Pathless, and it looks very reminiscent of Journey.
It's from the people who made Journey.
Even in this, it says it looks like a chill Journey, literally, like Journey, but with skateboarding.
Yeah.
But I mean, looks fire, though. It looks so fun to play.
It looks like such a good time. Journey is one of my favorite games, if you don't know, and if you're new to the pod. I'm actually gonna, I'm gonna replay Journey. That's a game that I should replay, genuinely. I'm curious if the online feature still works. You know how like you randomly like find another person and you're like, oh wait, that's a real human. Shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm so excited for this. I have a couple decent TikToks that we made from my reaction where I was like, yo, it's Tony Hawk fucking.
Oh yeah.
Tony Hawk Journey. And then as I say that, a fucking half pipe shows up and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
That's right. So, coming this year, Tony Hawk Journey.
It was bad. I was like, I can't believe it. I did.
Narrative Tony Hawk game. And it's this deep sword skateboarding game.
For sure. I love it. I think it's going to be great when it comes out. I will be getting it immediately.
Yeah.
Next up was the Talos Principle 2. This is a follow-up to the critically acclaimed Talos Principle, which I believe neither of us were familiar with.
I was about to say, raise your hand if you hear the Talos Principle.
Yeah. That was released back in 2014, and that series is known for its use of philosophy and puzzles to create something truly unique. I don't remember much of the gameplay. I remember we both screamed, "This is iRobot," when we saw the android that showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it didn't really give us much in the sense of like what the game will be.
It's the Adventures of Sunny.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind it. But needless to say, I'll be looking out for that to see what the gameplay is like. I might even go check out and see what the Talos Principle 1 was, just for, early ideas to see what it's going to be. Yeah.
Word.
After that.
Next up, we have a game called Neva, N-E-V-A, or is it Neva? I don't know. N-E-V-A.
Either way.
Giant Squid, the developer behind Grease, is working on a beautiful game starring a swords person and a white wolf with antlers. It looks to be a serious heartbreaker, judging from the trailer, and it's headed to PS5 in 2024. Now, in this trailer, we saw no gameplay. It was all story.
As far as we know.
Right. Yeah, if this is gameplay, then I can't even tell which part of this is you playing the game. But
pretty.
It's heavy. Go check this out. The trailer.
Oh yeah.
If you have not seen it.
Very good trailer. Next up though, this is a game
I didn't get
that I made.
I walked away with this happening.
I'm gonna need you to hit play on that trailer and just mute it.
I'm looking at it like I'm like clicking through it.
So, for context, Ant had to walk away from the stream for a second when we were streaming this yesterday, and I kind of just reacted to it by myself for a second. And it's just Splatoon.
The foam party.
Yeah, it's Splatoon literally, but with foam. That's the only difference.
It looks like Splatoon and Overwatch.
Kind of. But I mean, technically, Splatoon is kind of Overwatchy in a theory, because I think it's character based. I
just meant by like design of characters for the Overwatch part.
Yeah, it looks very much hero shooter situation like. Yeah. But I don't know, man. It looks dumb. I'm gonna be honest. It looks stupid. I literally I saw it and I was like, I already don't personally like Splatoon for myself. This looks even worse. I mean, the only thing that's slightly cool to me is in theory, since it's foam, you can ride on the foam, and that's like a height thing in theory. Mm-hmm. I guess you could shoot a bunch of foam and make like a Fortnite tower situation and snipe down from the tower on your foam, maybe. I don't know.
I get what you mean. Even the girl reminds me of the squid girl from Splatoon. For sure.
But yeah, I don't think it looks good, if I'm being honest. I don't think it looks good. And unless it's free, you will never see me playing that.
This does look like a game that's just I don't want this to be $70 since they're going up to that now.
This is for sure a $30 game, or even a free-to-play game with the Battle Pass system. And if it's free-to-play with the Battle Pass, I don't know if it feels bad downloading it. I don't want it on my console. Get your foam out of here.
Someone's going to talk you into downloading it just to test it out, and then you're going to come on every week so I was playing Foam Stars again.
That'll be the new Overwatch.
Yeah, this game.
If that's the new Overwatch for my friend group, I swear to God, finding new friends.
But what if it's actually fun? What if you just hate the fact that you're enjoying it?
That's even worse, I think.
How? But you're enjoying yourself at that point.
Oh no, because then you feel guilty for liking it. It's then it becomes a guilty pleasure, and I don't like guilty pleasures.
You can't feel guilty for enjoying yourself.
I don't know if that's a true statement.
I mean, okay,
we can explore that on a Patreon podcast.
You can literally feel guilty for enjoying yourself if you're not supposed to be enjoying yourself doing a certain thing. But if you genuinely pick this game up, or someone talks you into it and you like it, who lost in that situation?
My pride.
Fuck pride. Pride's a myth. It's not, but it should be.
Fuck pride. Pride's a myth.
It
Put
is.
that on a t-shirt.
Pride is just like I'm either too good or too up my own ass to enjoy this thing or to show my true feelings based on the situation. When it's just like, get over yourself in that moment.
Bars. Who knew? And then in the fucking news section, we would get ant bars, yo.
I know this was definitely supposed to. This is not the Patreon podcast.
Can you believe that whole entire like really metaphorical good life advice came from talking about foam stars?
Look what you made. Look, you made. I might have to play Foam Stars now. That would be a dope ass like mini series of me streaming Foam Stars. But while I'm playing it, I'm talking about like real ass shit. Like, so today
that has to be a segment now.
So today we're talking about depression. Like, I'm just talking about real life shit while playing this bubbly game.
I think we're playing Foam Stars because you just made a whole entire video series that could be like literally a 30-second video of just you playing and then just dropping some advice for like 5 minutes, and then I just upload that.
Listen, man, pride is a killer. Hold on. Shooting bubbles around. Anyway, like I was saying, if you want to get far in this life, just do that shit.
God damn. What was next, Sam? What was next?
Next up, the Plucky Squire, which I have been looking forward to
Same.
a while now. And it's by Devolver, so I already know it's good before I touch it. But it looks amazing. I made a
Devolver TikTok too. Devolver is the best. The best.
Yeah,
hands down.
With this for their like little small game. Yes, Devolver is that.
You know what?
company.
I have a goal for this podcast. One day when we have, a decent amount of viewers and shit, I want to get to the point where we can cameo in a Devolver Digital Direct.
Oh man, I would love it. I would love to.
I want to be in that, and I want it to be the same fucking chick that's in every single one. And I want her to fucking like snap my neck or something in the video. I don't care. I want her to fucking like duking me in the chest and pull out my still beating heart, and then that's it. I don't care.
I think this needs to be a TikTok too. This part.
Yeah.
You have to add this into your Devolver TikToks you already made.
Yeah. The other one was literally just me like, if you want to play a good game, go to their website, click on anything. That's the whole thing. I'm just gonna tag the fuck out of them because love them. But yeah, this game looks dope. I don't know if there's much more to say about it besides that we need a date rather than 2023.
Yeah, it's a very obviously it's Zelda inspired, but it has that Devolver like sense of humor and flair to it.
For sure.
It's a mix between 2D and 3D. It's like what was the sequel to Link to the Past? That was on 3DS.
I played that. A Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds. I loved that game. It's a Link Between Worlds.
I'm not the Nintendo guy, and I did that.
When you got to think quick on the spot while you're live, it's hard.
The little victories for me, man. That felt
Understood.
good.
Yeah, I take those victories. Please take those victories.
I don't know shit about Nintendo, but I knew that.
It's a Link Between Worlds, but like times 100.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks great.
I also like that game. I didn't like, ironically, I didn't like that game. I don't like a fucking Zelda game. Who would have guessed? But no, I didn't like that game because I felt like it was too restrictive, if that makes sense. Like it felt like I was like searching for answers and it would take so long. This looks like almost like an open world version of that with the shit that we've seen. And I love the look of that. Like it looks like you can just be like, oh shit, I need to go do the mini game that's in the kitchen. I got to go from this book to the dresser to the real world to this. And now I'm in the kitchen. And like that looks so dope to me.
I'm watching this trailer again now and I'm just like, I want to play this right now.
Same. There's a lot of games from this. That's why I'm like this. I'm high on this PlayStation Showcase. Straight up. Like it's an A to S for me. Because everything I'm like, I want to play that. I want to play that. Or like, I mean, not all of them. There's a couple shit ones that we've discussed in the past couple seconds. I don't want to foam, if you know what I mean.
There's something missing from this Polygon list. I don't know if you've noticed it. That was on the showcase, but I'm not mad that they're gone. It's more than one game. But all right, all this specific type of game is not on this list.
What was next on the actual showcase?
No. Like, I think it's still in order. They just took out a specific type of, like, a chunk of games.
The JRPGs?
Those hyper anime games?
Yeah.
Are not here.
I think a couple of them are.
Where?
I mean, there's Final Fantasy 16.
No, that doesn't count. Like, that's a big AAA
Dragon's Dogma.
thing. No, not that.
That's anime. Oh, you mean like the Genshin looking ones?
Yes, they're not here.
That's my bad. Yeah, you're right. Fuck them. Next up is Teardown, the console announced trailer. I've never played Teardown. I heard both you and Trenton on the stream know what Teardown was.
Teardown.
So let me know. Is this something that I should be looking forward to? Because from what I saw, it was like just simulated destruction.
Yeah. It's all voxels, and you get missions to do like destruction on buildings. Or I haven't played it myself. Like, I've watched videos of it. It's on my wish list on Steam. I should buy that and not play it.
Fuck yeah. Let's do that on stream.
Trenton seems to want it, so maybe I'll buy it and I'll let him play it.
Hell yeah. This next one, I'm glad that the back and forth has gone this way because I don't know shit about it. But take it away. How excited are you for this? Because you audibly clapped when this came on screen.
Because it's been rumored for so long, and it's finally being. I felt like it, even though Kojima's not with Konami anymore, who makes the Metal Gear games, is what we're talking about. Yeah. Sony still owns, I think, the property, or Konami still owns the property. So they showed Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, the remake. Which cool trailer. As the trailer started, I had no idea what this was.
Do you know what we were talking about? What it could be at the beginning?
The camp, the game where you're small on the ground.
Grounded. We were talking about fucking Grounded, and I was trying to like find a part where we weren't talking about it to get like TikToks and shit, and like piece together the trailer just so it's not just us like grounded. So needless to say, that was fun, but I the trailer scared me, I will say.
I didn't expect Snake to show up, but when he did, immediately the entire trailer made sense to me.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy because Snake Eater is the one I had the least amount of experience. Well, no, probably 4 because I had the least amount of experience with. But 1 and 2 are solid games. 3 is a favorite. A lot of people say this is the best one.
Okay.
I'm a fan of the first 2, but
should I play the first 2 before playing this?
You can play this without playing the first 2.
Okay.
The Metal Gear story is so wild and convoluted that you can start almost anywhere. Obviously, you'd have more context starting from 1, but you won't lose out on much if you just play this at all.
So I have a dumb question. Is this similar to how the Final Fantasy games are?
No.
But like with just a connected story?
No.
Oh.
Like similar in like how it's a different game every time?
Well, yeah, like different game and like nothing really matters from the first one, but also it kind of does.
You'd have a lot more context playing from the first on.
Okay.
But it's not a game that you can't just pick up and play this one.
All right. I'm interested. I'm also confused how his headband works.
What do you mean?
Like how physics works. Like you have a fabric. That don't make sense how his eyebrows are like holding that shit like there. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even peep that till just now.
Like I saw it in like the actual trailer, and then if you look at the thumbnail for the video, it shows it more like clearly, obviously, 'cause it's in the light. As you can see from the bright ass white face that I have. But like it's in the furrow of his brow. Like where the Dragon Ball Z characters have the break
Yeah.
in their eyebrows all the time when they're Super Saiyan. It's like pinching the fucking headband there and like holding it in place.
That's a strong forehead. That's all that shit is.
Like, that's the only thing that's always stopped me about this, because I was like, why is either way, it was cool. I like the look of it.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to seeing more of what this remaster looks like in practice. Like, I wonder if they're going to change anything, but it's dope.
Hell yeah.
What we've seen. They're also coming out with a collection. I forgot what it's called.
I do not remember. Sorry.
I'll look it up real quick.
Okie dokie.
Metal Gear Solid. Sorry, bear with me, everybody. Okay. They are coming out with a Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, which will have Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3 in their original versions.
So technically,
their remastered version, the original remastered version.
Okay, so this is a remake of a game that was remastered.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Graphically remastered. Yeah.
I'm caught up. Hell yeah. Next up, this one is hilarious. So PlayStation was like, you know what? We need our own Call of Duty. We're gonna get to work on that. You know what? We need our own Splatoon. We're gonna get on that. You know what?
Think about it like that.
We need our own Zelda. Towers of Aghasba. Towers of Aghasba.
Aghasba, something like that.
What? It's a Legend of Zelda rip, world building, crafting. You got gliders. You got fucking
swimming underwater.
You have stuff above land, stuff below land. Literally Tears of the Kingdom. What else did they have? There was like sword fighting and shit, I think, as well too.
They did not hesitate to show that glider, man. They're like, nope, you know where you saw this at. And
like, it's also like one of those things where I feel like, in my opinion, that is so much like Link's glider that it's not even like trying to like make itself something different. You know what I mean?
No, they're not.
Like the Fortnite glider is pretty much, like that as well. Did the glider come for Link in Breath of the Wild? Or did he have that in
when did Fortnite come out?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm trying to think if Zelda took that from Fortnite. You have to look at Fortnite Battle Royale, though. Because there was Fortnite for a while.
July 21st, 2017. That's when.
And what year did Breath of the Wild come out?
Shit, there it is.
We're making a discovery.
Came out March 3rd, 2017. How do we feel?
I don't feel either certain of way. How do you feel knowing that? Nintendo and Breath of the Wild stole the glider from Fortnite.
I mean,
this is the same exact situation as Ants and Bug Life.
Wait, no. Zelda came out first.
Did it?
I said Zelda came out March 3rd. Fortnite Battle Royale came out July 21st.
Oh. Shit. Fuck. Moving on. What's next, Ant?
How do you feel? Final Fantasy 16 again. As we know, Final Fantasy 16 comes out next month. But it's just the latest trailer for Final Fantasy 16. I don't know what more there is to say. They had an entire PlayStation, what's it called? State of Play about Final Fantasy 16. We've had multiple trailers. It's just another one. It's coming June 22nd. Really.
Can I say something stupid about these games? I feel like whenever I see a Final Fantasy trailer or something that's this exact same style, and then they put out another trailer, I can't tell the difference between the two. and which one is which. Like the moments that happen aren't like that big of a deal or memorable to me. I don't know why, but like I can't remember a single fucking thing that happened in this trailer that didn't happen in a previous one.
And
it's only these. It's only the Final Fantasy type games, or the ones that look like hella anime, but not Genshin. So I don't know, man. That was dumb thought.
Because there's a lot of things happening without context.
Yeah.
But then you see like Final Fantasy tropes. So it's just like, hey, if you didn't know if this is Final Fantasy, this is Final Fantasy.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Next up, I called this at the very beginning of the trailer.
You did. I thought I was like a Control 2.
Alan Wake 2 from Remedy. It's coming to PS5, Windows PC on October 17th. I'm really happy about that date because it's in my fantasy league video game releases. And someone thought it wasn't going to come out this year or not be good, so they counterpicked it, meaning that if it gets a good score, they lose points. And I think I am secured in making them lose some points now, to say the least, if I do say so myself.
It is seeming that way.
So I think those looks fucking cool. It was very reminiscent of Resident Evil, like the way that, you know, Resident Evil 4 Remake just came out, obviously. And then in theory, the third person mode of Village. You get what I'm saying. It's a very similar look for a game that's in the same, like, in the same theme, you know, like horror.
Right.
And it's weird to me how these are separate and have their own separate fan bases, if that makes sense. You know, like, I feel like you're like a Resident Evil person or like an Alan Wake person. You can't, like, if you're both, it's just like a lot of the same shit. You know what I mean? Just
put more coffee in my coffee.
Exactly. Like and then it makes me think, like, why wouldn't you just have Alan Wake be a part of that? Because like if you're gonna make the gameplay that fucking so similar, you know, I don't know.
I've never played Alan Wake, so I can't speak for the gameplay. I guess
just from the look.
If we're just going off tone, then yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, tone seems more like Silent Hill than Resident Evil.
I don't even know the difference between those two. That's the shitty part too.
Resident Evil is more like literal horror. Like there's literally a zombie there. There's literally a monster chasing you. You're trying to survive the physical situation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Silent Hill is more cerebral, psychological terror.
How so?
There's it's one of those like like if I could just describe the tone, it's more of like, am I even alive type shit. Who are you? Where'd you come from? Who is this person? All of a sudden I'm here. Then you turn around, they look freaky. Like, it's more just fucking with your head.
Where did they come from? Where did they go?
Where did you come from? Silent Hill Joe.
I'm gonna have to look into Silent Hill because I thought that was like, is there jump scares in it? Or is it just like,
they're just a bunch of freaky shit. Like, I haven't played a bunch of Silent Hill games. I'm probably not the best person to ask, but I know I've watched videos of it. I've heard people talk about it. I've seen footage. Like, it's a lot of fucking with your head.
I might have to play Silent Hill. Coming to a bitch made near you.
They remastering part 2, so
hell yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah, Alan Wake 2, October 17th.
Next up, Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's coming out October 12th. Ubisoft announced it during their PlayStation showcase. The game stars Basim and takes place before the events of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a game that he plays a significant role in.
That's who I think it is. I might have met that character in my playthrough of Valhalla. How about you in your playthrough of Valhalla?
Listen, it sounds amazing. Every time I play it, I can't get over the soundtrack.
I can't get over it either.
Right. I know you could.
Moving on.
But it looks cool, and it looks like they're going. They said they were going to make a game that's going back to the roots of Assassin's Creed, and it looks very Assassin's Creed 1, 2 type of gameplay. If they would have said this is just the original Assassin's Creed remastered, I would believe them because it looks like that.
Yeah. I also feel like it doesn't look as good as it could have, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying it looks bad by any means,
Right.
but I was expecting a little bit more graphically from the game, from how, like, you know, going from PS4 to PS5 from Valhalla, which was great graphically. This looks around the same as that, and I felt like they should have maybe moved it a little bit more, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like the same quality, but that's not bad either. I was just expecting more. That's all.
Understood.
Yeah. But yeah, lots of cool assassin-y stuff. I like the look of it. I like Assassin's Creed games. I may play it. I don't know. I didn't finish Valhalla just because it didn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it felt like I was playing open world God of War almost, but with bad combat.
Yeah, the combat not as good.
Yeah, it was just like goofy and not fun, and like you're building a village for some reason. And I didn't like it. It wasn't.
Must I build?
Yeah, it was not fun. Moving on. What is up next? This one I don't know if we can even talk about because there wasn't really anything to show. So I'm gonna probably skip this and go straight to Dragon Dogma after I just mention it. Revenant Hill. We followed a like 2D looking cat run through a bunch of situations. No gameplay, no context.
Yeah.
It was just a teaser. It's apparently similar aesthetic to Night in the Woods,
Yeah,
which
the
is
cat
created
looks
by the
exactly
studio's
the same.
co-founder. So apparently that's a thing. It's coming soon. We didn't see much of anything. Dragon's Dogma 2, though, on the other hand, I believe we did see a decent bit of, like, you know, fucking Final Fantasy looking ass.
It looks
shit.
like it looks like Monster Hunter, but like Diet Monster Hunter.
Yeah. With like a little
With
bit of
magic.
Skyrim. And a little Skyrim in there. A little sprinkle. Because it got those cat people in there.
Right.
Yeah, but, you know, it's coming. There were lots of dragons and little dogma, is what Polygon says. So, that's cool, I guess. Next up. What's up next, Ant? We got into the segment of VR bullshit.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil 4. They already announced their VR mode, but it wasn't a trailer for it. So you're seeing a lot of the same settings and everything, but you know, in VR. So play Resident Evil 4. You know what you're getting into, just first person.
Oh yeah,
You're walking through that shit. No release date was given yet.
Yeah. Cool. I'm not getting PS4 at 2, so I will never play this.
Yeah.
So, next up was Marathon, which is the Bungie new colorful shooter that we got to see a little bit of. There's a little bit of cool headshot shit going on. There was like milk water that had ink going through it.
I'm interested in this game.
Yeah. Apparently, I didn't know this because I'm just reading it from Polygon's little blurb here. But since it's from Bungie, they said names sound familiar. That's because Bungie published Marathon originally in 1994 on Mac.
Wow.
So maybe it's a little bit of a thing coming back. Completely different thing. I don't know. Either way, I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. I could always go for something that is different than Call of Duty, that is better. Because that's what Titanfall 2 was to me until the servers become unplayable. And then Apex before the game became unplayable. And I don't really have that now. I guess the new Call of Duty, but it's not the same feel. You know?
Yeah. I'm looking at
Need the
pictures
frenetic.
of Marathon from like back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a Doom type. So it's a first person shooter.
Okay. Sweet.
So
So
I'm
they're just
interested to see
doing
what-
more of what they know.
It makes me more curious about this game. So that's dope.
Yeah.
All right. Next up,
That's what I don't remember a shitting thing about.
Concord. Me neither. Clicking through.
You could just read the description that they wrote because it's perfect for what we could say.
Something called Concord is coming to PS5 in 2024, but the trailer didn't give us much to work with. Looks colorful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing to add to that.
You just see visuals of there's a burger in there. a spaceship flying. It's made by Firewalk Studios. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what they have to give us.
Let's skip over this next one. They showed the Gran Turismo trailer. Nobody cares. But then I'm going to let you take this because you predicted one of these things, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the other things.
Sony will release. We hinted towards this in the older podcast because the rumors were coming. But Sony will release its own remote play based handheld device, currently dubbed Project Q at the company. Basically, it's a DualSense controller with an 8-inch screen in the middle. The device is expected to be out later this year. So y'all heard of like a Switch? It looks.
I got a question for you.
PlayStation made a Switch. They cut a DualShock in half, took out the touchpad, and put the controller halves onto a screen.
See, now my question for you is, since what you just said is absolutely fact, that they took a DualShock, cut it in half, put a screen there. How much do you think this is? It's an 8-inch screen.
It's too much. I think for people to buy it and be like, that's fine, it needs to be like, if it's more than, it has to be like $250.
Okay.
If it's 300, you might be able to be like, okay, but at that point, you can't get close to the price of the actual console.
True.
Or it's a wash.
This is also a remote play device. It's not even
it's not
its
like
own
a
thing.
Vita 3. I mean, their third handheld or something.
So, in my mind, I feel like this is nothing more than just a controller with a screen.
Yeah.
So I don't think they can. I don't think this falls into the same category as Nintendo Switch, at least in my brain.
I'm just talking. That was all visual.
Yeah, true. But it's one of my. In my brain, I'm like, I could see this being relatively cheap. Like, genuinely. Well, it better be, obviously. If it's more than a certain amount, nobody's going to get it. But I could see this being like $150. Because a normal controller is what, around $60, $70, depending on where you go.
Mm-hmm. And
that's a lot for just a controller, if I'm going to be straight up and honest for you. Like an extra like 70 on top of that to double the price just to add a screen, I think that makes a lot of sense.
I think that makes amazing sense, but we are also in the era of like cocky Sony again.
True. I get that.
They're probably going to feel like they're going to go charge $350. At that point, it's like, y'all are stupid. Why would you do that?
See, I feel like people are going to buy it though then, and they're going to think that it is like a PlayStation Switch and they can just download their games to it and play wherever they want. And then they're going to have like so many fucking returns and bad reviews for people thinking of what it's not, in my mind. If it's because if it's $300, that's what I think it's doing. I think it's downloading at least 1 to 2 games to my handheld device, and I can go play that wherever I want. If I'm paying $300, considering the Steam Deck is a little bit more than $300 for the lowest model, and you can actually do that.
Right.
So it needs to be 150 to like 200. Like that is the 200 is the max out range. Like if it's any more than 200, Jesus Christ, do not buy this.
Yeah, because it's like you said, if you take the price of a controller, double it, it's probably the perfect price for it.
Yeah.
But if it's any more, if it gets to 300 plus range, that's asinine. Because then, let's say you don't have a PS5, you see this. If a kid sees this, they go, I can just have it. They're gonna think they can just have a PS5 in their hands or something like that. And if it's $300+ and you get this and you can't do shit with it because you don't have a PS5, when you could have took that money, added $100 and got a full console, You're gonna be in a lot of trouble, Sony, with this thing.
Yeah. I can't wait until the Christmas where these comes out.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
The idiot parents buy them.
They're gonna confuse the marketplace.
Man.
They're gonna have to have crystal clear marketing with this thing, or else there's gonna be a lot of upset parents and kids.
It's got to be sold exclusively at tech stores, though. You can't sell it at like Walmarts and Targets, in my mind. That's like where the normies shop, you know? Like, at least with GameStop, there's a person behind the desk that can say it, or like Best Buy or something like that, or just online exclusively.
They're probably going to start out the same way they started out with PS5 and PSVR 2, where you had to buy it through pre-order or only like straight from Sony's website.
True. I like that more. I think that's a better option if it's straight through them. But the other thing, the earbuds.
Oh,
why?
Because they're selling a port. Well, yeah. You know what? Why? Because if this thing only streams, then you're not taking it out of the house. So what do you need here? Like I'm sure every household has a pair of headphones somewhere.
They have the PlayStation headphones. Like, you have headphones, you don't need buds. And then they also tried to sell it by saying that it'll connect to your smartphone. Like, why would I buy PlayStation branded headphones for my phone? And I as a joke in the stream, I said, just get Raycons, but like, honestly, just get Raycons, you know? Like, they're like the not top of the line, but they're the best of the line for the cheapest of the price to compete with the competitors that are already out there. These Sony buds cannot be better than a Raycon by like a large margin in my mind. Yeah. So such a fucking waste of factory space.
I don't know, man. This thing is getting bad reviews. Like, people are talking about this handheld and not in a good light. They're like, what's the point?
Yeah. I feel like that kind of is the situation for like streaming devices. Like, what is the point? Just to be in a different place of your house? Like, that's not super helpful if like you just have a actual console, you know? Like, if I can't play my PlayStation 5 unless I sit in this exact fucking seat, that's just the way it is, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever. But I have a Steam Deck as well that can do that, and I can go anywhere in the house and play my place. Like, there's better options out there. You can't compete in a market where you're losing already.
Yeah, that handheld market, man. If you're gonna jump into the handheld market, you better come with some heat, because the handheld market might be more locked down than the regular console. No.
Sure.
But it's probably just as locked down.
The handheld war is between like three parties for me as of this point. Like, I'm not even gonna count the one that just got announced that CLD posted about. But like, you got Valve with the Steam Deck, then you got Nintendo Switch, and then the third one is just those indie dudes that make like the really good Game Boys that can get all the games and shit. Yeah. Like those consoles that like run the ROMs and shit. And they're not even like in the conversation, they're just also here. Yeah. And these two are just duking it out now. So I can play fucking Tears of the Kingdom on my Steam Deck if I wanted to for free. But I'm not gonna do that because I don't want Nintendo coming down my throat.
Whoa.
That's what she said. But let's get to the final segment of the show.
She doesn't want Nintendo coming down the throat. Yes, let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Spider-Man 2.
Now, the word psychic gets thrown around a lot, but I think we might be kind of psychic.
We know what the fuck is going on. You don't know what we're talking about? Go listen to the Patreon podcast we just put out today. We predicted a lot of this shit.
We did.
The day before. Mm-hmm. And needless to say, top to bottom, I need this game soon.
Down to the characters. They even say it in the blurb underneath this video.
What did I say?
It literally says what I said. But one of the coolest things is the Grand Theft Auto 5 style character switch.
Yep. I am looking so forward to this game Like, I don't think you understand
I understand.
how much I love Spider-Man. I don't think I've illustrated enough. Let me show you. Spider-Man on my desk. Oh, you know what? Different Spider-Man on my desk. Oh, you know what? Spider-Ham on my desk. I got all forms that I need. This game is going to ruin my life for a week. I won't have friends. I won't have family. Sometimes I won't even have food.
We might have to pre-record the podcast, like an evergreen episode that can be put anywhere. Just to put out the week this comes out, so that it's just like you're gonna be like, I'm not recording. I don't care.
I'm requesting off work for this. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, people go on vacations.
Yeah.
This is my vacation. This is my one every 2 year vacation I get to take. Instead of going to the beach, because fuck sand, I take off days, hours to play Spider.
It's worth it.
It is. It is very much worth it. The black suit symbiote costume is phenomenal. I didn't like Miles' suit that was upgraded when we saw pictures of it at first in that first trailer. I like it better now. It's running on the power of the PS5.
You saw them web wings come out.
Dude, the web wings. Oh my god. The fucking part where he fucking slingshots himself and goes like 18 blocks and then continues to fly the rest of it after 2 swings. The traversal in this game is going to be so much fun. I'm not going to get anything done.
Talk about, like, I feel like we said it all like right after we were streaming it.
Kinda, but also there's nothing but good things to say.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like I'm so like I don't even know how to reiterate or recreate the hype when we were watching it in the moment.
Yeah,
because you could watch that, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go to our Twitch.
TikTok's coming soon.
Yeah.
I mean, the announcement of Kraven being in the game lines up perfectly with the symbiote story. At the end of the trailer, if you look closely, it's not super hard to miss, to be honest. I kind of noticed it the first time, but I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But Peter's lenses that are being covered by the symbiote get like pointy at the moment where he says that he has teeth as well, in reference to the lizard. And we can very much see where this is going, because in this franchise, we're not getting the Fantastic Four. We're not getting it in this game. In canon, the way the symbiote is taken off Peter is through the Fantastic Four. That's how it all happens. If you remember in the first game, there's a suit where he's got the Fantastic Four logo and the bag on his head, bombastic bag man. That's what Johnny Storm gave him after he took off the black suit, because that's all he was wearing. He was just wearing nothing with goo and underwear. So either way, we're not doing that in the game. We're not getting that. If we do, holy shit. But it's going to be Miles. And I'm going to say my prediction of how Miles gets the suit off of Peter is that he's going to use some of the beats that he made with his uncle from the Miles Morales game. That's what they're going to use, because Venom is,
the Sonic.
One of the weaknesses is Sonic. If you remember it from the fucking Spider-Man 3 movie with the bell at the tower and then like the poles, it's Sonic noises that, piss off symbiotes and also fire. But I don't think we're going to get much fire situations, whatever.
Sonic noises, just literal Sonic. Like, hey, what's up, guys? And Venom's like, fuck that guy.
I'm Ben Schwartz. How you doing? I don't know why I did fucking Nick Kroll there, but here we are.
Whoa, gotta get out of here, man. Whoa. Venom freaks the fuck out and just leaves. I can't talk. Fuck that head.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be great. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then
I'm watching it now. Like I don't know how many times I've seen this.
I've watched it probably like 10 times today.
Not
including the TikToks that I've seen today as well of it.
Yeah, I felt like today that's all I was looking at was Spider-Man shit, and then all we were sending each other was Spider-Man shit.
Pretty much, yeah. And I definitely want a figure of that suit so badly. We are getting an updated one soon, and it's not that good of the current suit.
Yeah.
And then Miles' figure is just phenomenal. Like, it's fully sculpted details. The Spider-Man one is just like a normal body with like no details on it, and they just paint on the details. Miles is like a full sculpted, the texture of the suit and shit, and I'm like, I know Miles is better, but can you give some love to Peter, please? Like we could all agree that he's better. Just give him some love and attention too, please.
Right.
For me and my shelf.
Miles is definitely the star of this trailer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously Peter has the wow factor, but it seems like how Miles is dealing with everything and the fact that Peter has been taken over.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of how this game will go, because I feel like we're gonna obviously get a Spider-Man 3. Like if you think about it, why wouldn't they? So I think Spider-Man 3 is just Miles.
Spider-Man 3?
No, because there was Spider-Man 1.5 with Miles.
That's 1.5.
Yeah, I mean this one is called Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. The number is right there. But so you think we'll get a proper Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, I think the proper Spider-Man 3 is literally just going to be just Miles, because I think Peter's dying in this game.
You think so?
I think Peter is dying either from the hands of Kraven, or Miles will have to go harder than he wants to, and it will result in Peter dying.
Oh shit, it's a big guess.
And he won't want to do it, but he's going to have to. That's the situation.
Well, that's Spider-Man's forever situation.
Yeah.
No matter what Spider-Man you are.
Yeah. And then in the third game, it would be Venom, like Eddie Brock Venom versus Miles. I think that'd be much more interesting, because we've seen Peter and Venom so many times in a row. I want to see Miles and Venom. I think that'd be good.
So, well, real quick question, because you know more about the lore than me. Has Miles ever ditched his outfit and put on, like, become Spider-Man and put on the classic Spider-Man colors?
I don't know. I mean, in Spider-Verse, he wore like the goofy suit, so technically.
No, I mean like legit Spider-Man.
Let me check. I'm not actually sure about that. I kind of fell out of like reading comics around the time Miles was like debuting and shit. I still have like OG covers and shit of him. In regular suit, I would assume is the or no.
Classic suit. I don't know.
Classic, that's probably better. Yeah, classic. No, there's not even a fucking picture when I look it up. It just gives me like, hey, go buy toys, and I'm like, I already got those, bitch.
Because
I don't have that Lego
man. Though. Like as far as story goes, that would be a dope. Like if full on Spider-Man 3 and he is the only Spider-Man, and then you just see him putting on like the classic suit. Like how would you feel about that?
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, there has to be a Batman, you know, like that shit where like once Bruce dies, one of the Robins will have to pick it up. But I feel like Miles is Spider-Man as well. Like it's not like
he doesn't need to put it on.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to, and I think that kind of like, while it's like a cool like if he was doing it to like, maybe he changed his suit to include some like blue instead, or like something along those lines. I'd like it more where it's like more of an homage to Peter and like respect, like I now have the crown because you're gone situation. I got to carry it out, update your own suit so that it has like flavor from Peter's, but I wouldn't say wear Peter's suit, just because like it kind of defeats the whole like he is Spider-Man thing. You know what I mean?
Anybody can wear the suit.
It kind of like takes away from him, and it's like, well, they have to be Peter, though. You know what I mean?
Right. I get it.
So, writing wise, that's just writer brain going off. But I think,
All right. Next question.
Yes.
If they,
I feel like I need like a corn cob pipe.
You're the man to ask. If they Miles Morales this, and we get a Spider-Man 2.5, what is that?
So it could go. I mean, that would change what 3 is for me then. Because there's a part of me that's like, do we dabble in Spider-Verse shit?
I thought about
in the games, because like in my mind, it's like they could, because it's obviously going to work, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, it's Insomniac who's like writing this and like, you know, putting their shit on it. It's like the movies are already doing it right.
Right.
You can also do it right and like do it yourselves, but like they already did it right. Why wouldn't you want to do your own thing? So I don't think a Spider-Verse things, because I was gonna say Gwen would be in the 2.5 if they did do a Spider-Verse thing, but I don't know. I don't know if we would get a 2.5.
You don't think?
Maybe like a prologue one, like you go to play as Peter again, but it's like younger Peter, like young in high school type shit.
That'd be interesting.
Just like as like a little, hey, Peter died in this game. Well, here's a little look back at when he first, like kind of like the origin story game, but not really.
Spider-Man,
you know what I mean?
Origins,
like Spider-Man Year One.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a cool game.
It would be cool. Like it feels like they would want to continue. Well, I don't know. I think Spider-Man pretty much sells himself now. So you can put him in any scenario, people are gonna buy that damn game.
Oh yeah, sure.
Especially
anything
if
Insomniac
it's all
touches.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the PlayStation showcase. I think we're good. Let me switch us back on over to us closing out the show cam. I'm tired, yeah.
It's all good. We made it. We made it through another one.
Yeah, we made it to the end.
We have a question.
We do.
I almost forgot.
What is
it? It is. What is a property, this is from CLD, you would want to get a successful MMORPG treatment? Uniga followed that up with a follow-up question like this, but also tabletop RPG treatment.
I mean, ironically, an obvious one is Cyberpunk. Just because like playing online but like as yourself instead of the main character from the Cyberpunk game would be cool. Kind of like a GTA 5 situation type thing.
Right.
That'd be cool. I don't know, like if it wouldn't just be a complete rip off of GTA 5 though. That's the only thing. I don't know. I'm trying to think, because like in theory, if it's an MMO, you need to be like a character that no other characters are going to be, or yourself, right?
I guess, or unless the team is just that big and you can pull it off to be a character. I would say I haven't given a lot of thought, but the one that came across my mind when I originally read it was Power Rangers, but every generation of Power Rangers in an MMO.
That'd be cool. I would like that. You could even make your own like Power Ranger team and shit too. Like do like a custom character or choose to be like a specific one.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'd like that. What would like the combat shit would be like a PvE type situation where it's just like a bunch of putties and then you know
you could fight putties around the city or whatever, and like obviously that'll like level you up and everything.
Yeah. And then you could go like do a Megazord fight and shit.
Yeah. And then there's like mini bosses like Gold, like if you're going off the old series, like Goldar and all that shit. Like, but
Ecliptor.
Huh?
Ecliptor.
I don't remember him.
He was from Power Rangers in Space. He was really cool. He was like geometric. Yeah, he was a sword guy. He was really cool.
But like, and you just level up and you get to once you have to like I guess training mode would be you just walking around fighting putties and mini bosses and stuff. So you get to level 10 and you could now summon Zords.
Or you could morph at 10. Like you're just being a teenager with attitude until 10 and then you get to morph.
Let's show the Black Ranger and have exaggerated swagger. That's what we call return of exaggerated swagger.
The return? Oh man. But yeah, that'd be cool.
So I'm thinking, as far as a tabletop RPG, I don't know. I mean, I guess Power Ranger could still work.
Power Rangers has one.
Oh, well then there that goes.
Yeah. It is funny too, because the Cyberpunk TTRPG came out before the game. So that like very much does like it's interesting that a TTRPG inspired a game in theory.
Right.
But I don't know for a TTRPG just because I don't know. Like I'm not like here's the thing, I play tabletop games, but not like how my friends do, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like they own tabletop games. I show up.
I know where they go.
Like I kind of just show up and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I rolling? What am I flipping? Like who am I role playing? Like that's the general gist of it.
Right.
Like I don't really know what does and doesn't have one. I mean, another MMORPG that would be great would be fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Like literally just have a giant fucking overworld that everyone goes to, and you can go to the wild, go catch your Pokemon. You can have them follow you. You can put your team together. You can battle everybody in the area. Pretty much what they want the game to be, but they will never do because they're fucking cowards.
I think that would be really fire though. They need to
it's just a better version of what they did in like the old games where there was like one area and you could just like ride your bikes around with the same people in that one. I forget what game it was. I played it for like a little bit, but it wasn't the most recent ones. The ones prior to that,
right,
on Switch. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like they need to do more, in my mind. Like,
is there a Dragon Ball MMORPG?
In theory, technically, isn't what's it called? No, wait, no, you just make your own character. That's like
Xenoverse.
thing.
No, it's not the same.
Well, they got like the hub world that's kind of like that, but whatever. Street Fighter 6. Kind of.
I like that idea though, even though it's weird, because like I like taking characters from games that aren't traditionally in that style and putting them in that style.
Hell yeah.
You just got Ryu and Ken and Chun-Li and everybody just running around throwing fireballs at a big boss for some reason.
That'd be pretty cool. I don't really know off the top of my head, just because it's one of those things where it's like if you have to be yourself and you're just in a world, like the obvious ones are Cyberpunk, the obvious ones are Pokemon. In theory, I guess they could do a Sonic one because that's like a thing. Like people make their own Sonic like characters and shit.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty fucking cringe, but they could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they made Sonic Frontiers, and that's extremely cringe.
It is very cringe. Oh yeah, I forgot about that game.
Yeah, remember when you played that on stream and had the worst time?
Yes.
That was your last stream. This is why you need to stream more, because you can't leave it all in that.
I can't. I do need to stream more, and you're absolutely right.
When you get time, obviously. I'm not like, do it, but like,
no, but I'm like that on my, I get on my own case about that.
I feel you. All good. But yeah, I don't really have any others. Do you have any others for this?
I think we answered it though. I think we gave a couple good examples.
Head empty. Closing the show. Gross.
I'm good, girl. Head empty. Good job. Now
if you would like to follow us, if you would like to follow us, which I don't know why after that, you can find us at savebeforequitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Titty Gang merch, other merch in the store, Save Before 5 merch coming soon, Save Before 5 the show coming soon. All at savebeforequitting, fully spelled out.com, where you can pick up all that shit. Email at savebeforequitting, fully spelled out at gmail.com with your questions, or you can just hop all the way into our Discord. I lost my air there for a second, and now I'm from Jersey.
Welcome back.
I'm Joey Wheeler. But you can hop into our Discord where you can post what you picked up that's nerdy on a weekly basis. You can also look at some memes. You can see some game recommendations. You can just join the conversation.
Yeah.
So
please.
do that. Do that, please, and thank you. All the links are down there. That's everything, right? Oh, Patreon. Listen to 2 extra podcasts a month with us talking about random bullshit and predicting the future sometimes even.
We do it. We're good at it.
That is true. And before you guys See the future.
Mm-hmm.
I can look into the future. Remember that sort of.
Give me a dream.
Wasn't there like a deep voice like "Like me a dream"?
Life in a dream.
It's so weary. It's the future I can see.
We didn't close the show. Make sure you save before
Quitting.
And we'll see you next time.
We definitely will. Man, I'm so fucking tired.
That is the catchphrase of the show.
Yeah. I got tired out of nowhere though. Like it hit me like halfway through. I was like, oh fuck, the rest of this is gonna be a struggle.
That was me last week. As soon as we went into the news, like while that theme song was going, I was like, yo, I could feel my heavy head going down.
Uh-oh, everything's getting dark and the room's spinning. Shit.
Right.
Man, I'm ready for bed, to say the least.
Hey, everybody in the post-credit scene.
Hi.
You're probably in bed. We're the only lunatics who do this every week.
That's true. That is very true.
Just know if you're in bed on a Thursday. No, yes,
it is
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday, right? Yeah. It is
for 30 minutes more.
Yeah, at 11:30 p.m. We are jealous of you. Just
a little bit.
We are. Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
But we're bringing you the stuff that needs to be brought to you. These are the nighttime sounds of ants.
We're bringing you what needs to be brought.
Welcome to SB4Q Quiet Storm. Here at night, every night. Not every night, or else we'd be zombies. Right now, we got to enter some thunder and lightning, like real ASMR-esque, like muted thunder and lightning sounds.
Clayton.
It's like you just shot a very small gun.
Yeah. It's the thing from Tarzan. Where he goes, he's like, what's his name? He goes, Clayton. And he like,
oh, yeah. Yeah, so
I think it's time for bed. Okay, bye guys.
Bye everybody. Keep on listening on the same game channel, same game network. Your boys signing out. Listen to my sultriness. Listen to my exaggerated black swagger. We're leaving now. We're going. We have to go.
I'm just gonna end the stream. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh fuck.
Done.